are officially family. This is your second time back here.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You've had a few changes since your last visit. Let's go
Yes.
straight into that.
Yes.
Okay. You changed your name, changed a lot of things. And with the kidnappings and the trafficking and all that, can you tell us a little bit about how that started? How did you get into the trafficking and when was your first kidnapping? All that. Like that's some real shit.
Yeah, that's what the main, focus of the book was about. To bring awareness and attention to underage sex trafficking in the United States, America, because it's still going on to this day. And there's people who wear stories on minds, but they're afraid to speak up, or maybe they don't have a voice anymore.
Right.
So the book was about that. I migrated from Venezuela to the United States when I was about 8 years old. And my family were immigrants, so they were mostly working all the time. So when you're working and trying to provide for your family, you don't pay attention to what the child is up to.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So, since they weren't paying attention, I was running the streets. And, you come across crazy people in the streets. And I came across a pimp. I didn't know what a pimp was, so I was crazy. And he approached me as Prince Charming. I didn't have boyfriend and stuff. I didn't know I was a tomboy. Nobody really looked at me. And, he didn't tell me he was a pimp. He told me he was a crip. Banger and stuff, and I dated him for about 6 months, and he offered me a better life in New York, to go run away with him. And I did, and once I ran away, that's when he tried to turn me out to work for him.
Wow.
And of course I said no, and he almost beat me to death, and then he put me in the street to work.
So tell me that incident, like that first time it went from love, I'm in love with this guy, to okay, now you want me to walk the track. Like seriously.
Well, I had to testify in court about this. So before we got to New York, we had to make a stop in Cocoa Beach. That's about 3-4 hours away from Miami. We stopped there. We were at a hotel for like a few days, a couple of days. And he told me we was running out of money. He said we need, the roof over our heads and to eat and stuff, that we were running out. So he told me that he knows a way how we can make money. So he started, teaching me the game, how I could have sex with customers. And he was like, oh, you can get 200 for this and 100 for that and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just looking at him like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
I thought he was playing.
Right.
14.
Right.
So he goes on, and I told him I'm not doing it. So, and he was telling me like, bitch, you better go out there and get money, blah, blah, blah. And I told him no. So he started, punching me and stomped me out. Then he went in the bathroom and he grabbed a towel and he wet it and he started being on the head with the wet towel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I was like crying. He was like, you think I feel sorry for you, bitch?
Oh my god.
At 14.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So then I agreed to go to work. And I used to wear my hair in a ponytail. My hair's kind of curly. So he flat out my hair, put makeup on me. He dressed me in girly clothes.
Wow. What was the age difference?
When I first met him, he had told me he was 19. He was actually like 24. I read like the Bible and I had counseling and medication and stuff. So from there on, it was like,
So tell us about some of the people you met in jail that was inspirational to you, that helped you to see differently.
I think the older Haitians and Jamaican women, because I was just like so rough and so tough, and they would, and just because they put me in a section with people who just got out of like real state prison or federal prison, because this was just immigration, not like a real prison. So they put me with people who just did like 10 or 20 years. So yeah, so those are like older OGs,
Right.
And they looking at me like, there's no need for all of that you're doing, because I went in there, I was rude, I was mean, I was like evil.
Yeah.
And they were like sweet to me and they were just so nice to me, and then they taught me like that somebody actually does care out there. Because my whole world was just how I was raised and thinking. So I saw everybody like that. And they showed me like different, and they started talking to me about God and Bible and stuff. And plus, I wasn't drinking over there, so I got to like see everything with sober eyes and so on.
Okay, I have a question. When you briefly spoke about your mother working all the time. When did you guys reconnect after you left and went through all this mental jail? Did she ever feel sorry for or feel like she's the reason or feel guilty that, you know, it turned out the way you did as far as anything?
She always tried to get me back when I left. Like, if it wasn't for her, I would not be able to win my immigration case. Because she's the one who filed the missing children before. She was working with the FBI and the National Children's Exploitation Center and stuff, and she always tried to make it up to me. Always, even when because the first time I went back home after 5 years was when immigration put an ankle bracelet on me, and I had to go back home to my family. And she was always like, she trying to make up for everything she didn't do, but I didn't connect with her, so myself connect with her when I was, yeah.
Really?
That's why you're so brainwashed and believing that stuff.
Wow, I never knew that.
Like, I think it was the first, I think it was the first one or the second one, not side of my wrist. The pimp I had, he had Amy's Life Mother, long story short, he had made me sit on my knees with my hands out while I was reading out my wrist, and he made me bow down to the pimp God.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so it's like a real religion stuff. How we don't speak about it. So they believe in that stuff like it's real.
Kind of like a cult.
Wow.
Yeah, like with gods and stuff like that.
So is any voodoo or anything involved in any of that?
They just like unwritten rules. Like the Bible is not written.
Some ceremonies and stuff like that as well.
They do like that ritual they did when they made me put up my wrist and bow down, sit on my knees and stuff.
Wow, that's deep.
So
damn.
Yeah, so
girl, you've been through a lot.
Right.
Yeah, so what happened was when I had left Q, I didn't know how to identify myself because I was Queen World Star. So I wanted to change my name, and there was this recent song by Filthy Rich, this rapper, and he made a song called Game God, you know, speaking about it. And I felt like I took the name out because who else comes out of that lifestyle? You know, like I said, you know, have a testimony about it. So I took the name instead of the Game God they bow down and they pray to, because like the pimps and the workers and hospitals, they do pray to a Game God.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow.
They don't believe like the actual, you know, like Jesus and God Bible. They pray to the Game God. So I just snatched the name Game God. Like I feel like I'm above that lifestyle.
There you go.
Yes,
you are. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
good.
There you go. For real, for real.
Ring.
Yes, because we see the tattoo, the Game Goddess tattoos as well. We saw the cover up for a tattoo before. Are you going to do another cover up?
I already covered up the Queen World Star.
Right.
I covered up with the Goddess basket. Egypt to the.
Are you showing that on the show, or because I didn't see it?
Yeah, no, I was
On the butt.
Yeah, I remember she was posting a.
No,
I'm talking about the butt. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one I'm talking about. How you gonna cover that one?
Yeah,
I already
basketball.
did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't.
Yeah, we didn't see it.
Where you booty at?
Yeah.
But what was it though?
It was actually a dead skull.
Okay.
With two king cobras. And the king cobras, they represent protection. Because in Egypt they believe, the gods and goddesses believe that the king cobras protect Egypt. And you know, protects you against evil, even though most people think that snakes are evil and they turn against you and stuff. It has different meanings in like
Different places. Yeah.
So I used it as the face of the skull represents Q, since it was covered with the Q. So he's dead now.
Hey, said it was up.
Right.
He's
So
there
he's
now.
And I'm being protected by the king cobra snakes away from him.
Nice. So look, I just requested you on Instagram, and I know you're mad at me, so follow me so I can look at it, okay? Don't do that. You was getting too positive for me, you know what I'm saying? I follow Ratchet. I only follow Ratchet, but I'm back at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help you with the positive movement, and I definitely appreciate it.
She's evolving.
Yes, exactly.
That's hilarious. B100 Radio, set the funny up. You live on the air.
All right, man. Good to talk to you, man. We up here having a good conversation.
Right.
Here she come with that. What is up with your life? And that number had called about 12 times in a row, and that's what you wanted to talk about? Whatever.
With your metro.
Yeah. I can't. I'm in a mountain.
I got 6 more minutes left.
I'm gonna keep calling. They gonna keep wasting my minutes though. All right. Anyway.
Fuck that bitch. Next question.
I got a positive question.
Do it, Joel.
With this whole transformation you seem to be going through right now, do you have an end goal in mind, or are you just kind of along for the ride at this point?
No, I used to think, just along for a ride before I got locked up and stuff, when I was thinking rationally. I'm thinking, long-term future-wise. That's why I hope that book can help others. This is a positive message, a self-help book. It's not ratchet or exposing anybody. It's just, what I went through. Like, I want to be able to not just be known, this ratchet, here called Lil Wayne 55555. I want to be known as, at least I help somebody before I die.
Right.
That's good.
So that's like what I'm going for, and that's what I'm working with. Yeah.
Really?
That's why you're so brainwashed and believing that stuff.
Wow, I didn't do that.
Like, I think it was the first one or the second one. Outside of my wrist. The pimp I had, he had Amy's Life my wrist, long story short. He had made me sit on my knees with my hands out while I was breathing out my wrist, and he made me bow down to the pimp god.
Oh.
So it's like a real religion to them. How we don't speak about it. So they believe in that stuff like it's real.
Kind of like a cult.
Wow.
Yeah, like with gods and stuff like that.
So is any voodoo or anything involved in any of that?
They just like unwritten rules. Like the Bible is not written.
Ceremonies and stuff like that as well.
They do like that ritual they did when they made me put up my wrist and bow down, sit on my knees and stuff.
Wow, that's deep.
So
damn.
Yeah, so
girl, you've been through a lot.
Right.
Yeah, so what happened was when I had left Q, I didn't know how to identify myself because I was in a clean world star. So I wanted to change my name, and there was this recent song by Filthy Rich, this rapper, and he made a song called Game God. Speaking about it, and I felt like I took the name out because who else comes out of that lifestyle? Like I said, have a testimony about it. So I took the name instead of the game god they bow down and they pray to, because like the pimps and the workers and hospitals, they do pray to a game god.
Oh my God. Wow.
They don't believe like the actual, like Jesus and God Bible. They pray to the game god. So I just snatched the name game goddess. Like I feel like I'm above that lifestyle.
There you go. There you go. There you go. For real.
Ring.
Yes, because we see the tattoo, the game goddess tattoos as well. We saw the cover up for a tattoo before. Are you going to do another cover up? Right.
I covered up with the goddess basket. Egypt to the.
Are you showing that on the show, or because I didn't see it?
Yeah, no, that was
on the butt.
Yeah, I remember she was posting a.
No,
I'm talking about the butt. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. How you gonna cover that one?
Yeah, I already
basketball.
did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't.
Yeah, we didn't see it.
Where you put it at?
Yeah.
But what was it though?
It was actually a dead skull.
Okay.
With two king cobras. And the king cobras, they represent protection. Because in Egypt they believe the gods and goddesses believe that the king cobra is to protect Egypt. And, you know, protects you against evil, even though most people think that snakes are evil and they turn against you and stuff. It has different meanings in, like,
Different places, yeah.
I'm being protected by the king cobra snake.
I'm gonna help you with the positive movement. I definitely appreciate
Let's
it.
go to the
evolving.
phone
Yes,
lines.
exactly.
That's hilarious. B100 Radio, shut the funny up. You live on
All
there.
right, man. Good to talk to
Right.
you, ma'am. We up here having a good conversation.
Right.
Here she come with that. What is up with your life? And that number had called about 12 times in a row, and that's what you wanted to talk
Right. With your,
Whatever.
with your metro.
Yeah. I can't. I'm in a mountain.
I got 6 more minutes left.
I'm gonna keep calling. They gonna keep wasting my minutes
Yeah, I
though.
know.
All right. Anyway,
Fuck that bitch. Next question.
I got a positive question.
do it, Joel.
With this whole transformation you seem to be going through right now, do you have an end goal in mind, or are you just kind of along for the ride at this point?
No, I used to think, just along for a ride before I got locked up and stuff, when I was thinking rationally. I'm thinking, you know, long-term future-wise, that book can help others. This is a positive message, a self-help book. It's not ratchet or exposing anybody. This is, you know, what I went through. Like, I want to be able to not just be known, oh, this ratchet, here called Lil Wayne 55555. I want to be known as, you know, at least I help somebody before I die.
Right.
That's good.
So that's like what I'm going for. That's what I'm working
I had a question before you get out of here. First off, your story is, completely inspiring. Truth and overall intensity of it is inspiring to anybody's life. But I've got a question as far as you being a female coming out of this game. I mean, we hear about other pimps like Don Juan, and they come out and they created stories about their life. But I don't know much about the industry. Are you the first female that's actually breaking through like this?
I'm actually the first female out of that pimping and hoeing game to actually bring a perspective about it, besides what they try to portray and lie about in their books.
Oh.
Because you always hear, you know, like Don Magic, whatever. He's still dressing in his stupid little funky hats and stuff. Like, that's so 1921s. Like, they don't dress like that no more. That's why they confuse pimps with regular guys, because now pimps look like rappers. They don't dress like that.
Right.
So you think you talking to somebody, you know, and they're
Like him.
Like me.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like one. We're talking about people that don't look like one.
They look like regular guys. So
I'm just a regular guy.
Right.
The game goddess.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So let
that.
everybody know where they can follow you, find you, all that good stuff, and everything you're working on, you know, everything you want them to know.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at The Game Goddess, and you can either book me at tashia@mtabooking.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming back, and of course, we're gonna have you back. You're gonna be on some skits, and we're gonna have you doing a whole bunch of stuff with us, girl. You family now, so welcome, okay? And we need a little money on that rent. All right. B100 Radio. B100 Radio. Shut the funny up. We'll be right back with Miss Erica Dixon.
Yeah.